Hello and welcome to another episode of Game On. I am Raptor, and this is Ratchet Deadlocked. In the last episode, we completed the Orxon mining facility campaign, and now it's time for the Crusader Tournament. We did the Avenger Tournament already, which is why we're wearing the Avenger armor. So this is where it really starts to get interesting, and some of my favorite Dread Zone challenges and some of my favorite missions are in this tournament.
Alright, Dread Zone fans, prepare for the ultimate showdown as Team Darkstar fights their way through the Crusader Tournament and a chance to take on All-Star Exterminator Reactor.
Yep, this is the one that's my favorite.
What happens when we force the criminally insane to use strategy and planning? Let's test this Lombax's puny mental metal by taking away everything but pre-placed mines.
There, see? I mentioned this in the Sarathos Swamp Grunt level. This is the one I was talking about. Where they take away everything except the Hunter Mine Launcher, and then they go about this as if it's supposed to be challenging for you. But it's not. It's so easy. The Hunter Mine Launcher is completely overpowered. I'm getting skill points with it, too. And Dallas says you need to use strategy and planning. You don't. You just launch them, and then they'll kill everything. I could do this all day. I love this. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game. Those are new enemies, I think. The ones that have those spiny things. They shoot these spiny things. I think those are new enemies. I don't know if we've seen those before. Those don't appear to be robots. So maybe not all the enemies are robots, but the majority of them are. I think maybe some of those ankle-biter swarmers are robots, but I'm not sure if all of them are. Like, there were some in Sarathos that couldn't have been aliens because they seemed to be organic-looking. I don't know. I think I'm overthinking it again. I have been known to do that. There, see? Those guys. Definitely not robots. Final round! I call this one, what's yours is mine. No. I'm sorry. That was bad. Okay, so, a couple more, just 2 more kills and we should be all clear. There we go. Challenge complete. Oh, we got a lot of kills that time. That's a good one. 8 out of 15. We're more than halfway through with the skill points.
Ratchet is utterly doomed. We've wired his Dread Zone collar to 4 control nodes placed throughout the arena. If he can't stop their countdown in time, the whole audience gets a fresh serving of Lombax pate.
I can't remember. I think this one might be called the Corkscrew, but there's another similar mission later in the game in another tournament that could be the Corkscrew. But this one's similar. In both of them, you have to turn the grind cables to adjust the way the grind. You have to adjust the bolt cranks to adjust the grind cables. Yeah. Oh, and we get to use our Scorpion Flail now. We bought it at the end of the last episode, and it's really awesome. I think it's easily one of the best melee weapons in this game. Like, they had previously had other things like the plasma weapon up your arsenal and a few other. I don't know if there was a melee weapon in. I feel like there was a melee weapon in Going Commando, but I don't remember me using it that much. But this one I use all the time because you can equip it with mods, so it's great for crowd control. And you'll see later once we do the End Zone mission. I think that's in this tournament, the End Zone mission. You'll see that this is pretty much the only weapon you'll ever need to play End Zone. Scorpion Flail. And when the Scorpion Flail levels up, it becomes the Leviathan Flail, which I guess is named after the Leviathans from Sarathos. Yeah! Some of that! Scorpion Flail! Scorpion Flail! Level up! Got an impact mod. Ooh, yeah. Oh, the other one's over here, I guess.
Line is halfway up. He's dragging his butt out there, Juanita. Looks like we might have another popper on our hands.
Popper.
I hope so. This time I've got
Coming soon to theaters. The Prince and the Pauper.
Being in the front row at Aqua World, you're guaranteed to get wet.
That's what I used to say about my old 6th grade science teacher, and he was a spitter. He was a spitter. It's like being in the front seat of Aqua World. You're guaranteed to get wet when you've got Mr. Spitter as your science teacher. Some of that got in my eye. Ow. Mr. Spitter. Actually, his name was Mr. Sifter. He was my science teacher. But he was definitely a spitter. He was also not fond of the nickname we made for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Reactor!
Wow. He's big.
You look like a squirrel wrapped in tinfoil. I'm gonna take my time taking you apart. Gonna give my fans their money's worth. And try not to go crying or anything, all right? I want this to look good for the camera.
Bring it.
Now there's a skill point you can get for defeating him in 30 seconds, but we're nowhere near ready to do that. You need really strong weapons, and you need to do it on a much easier difficulty. Well, actually, we're doing it on 2-star difficulty, which is okay. Usually I start at 2, and then for every replay of the game I raise the difficulty by 1. Unless I'm really having trouble, and then I can put it down to 1.
How you like me now?
Like, the difficulty in here, it's more of like a claim to fame than anything. Like, every time you complete a challenge, you get so many stars based on what difficulty you're doing, and then you use those stars to unlock skins. So if you complete 5 missions on the second difficulty, then you'll get 10 stars. But if you do 4 of them on 2-star difficulty and then lower the difficulty for the last one, then you'd only get 9. So that's basically how it works. And then you can redo that level later on a higher difficulty and get that star you missed. But see there, he just dies. Like, we don't see a death animation, we don't see anything. Time just freezes and instantly we've defeated him. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So, Reactor is dead. And now we unlock 2 more planets, and now it's time for the Dread Zone challenge. Actually, I think it might be time for a cutscene, then Dread Zone challenges. No, I think we can go right there. But yes, now it is time to change the color to blue. That blue. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, so the Crusader armor is probably my favorite. It's definitely the most in your face. It's very, very colorful. Haven't unlocked many other paint jobs though. I'm just gonna put the normal one on them. Okay, so let's fly back to... Ooh, let's see how I'm... There's probably stuff to buy. There might be a wrench upgrade. Nope. Okay, so if I remember correctly, this is the one where we do End Zone. And End Zone is probably my favorite thing in this whole game. But we'll do Zombie Attack first. Yeah, this is the one where... Yeah, this is... Yeah, let's just do Zombie Attack first. Okay, so basically you just have to survive for as long as you can. Oh, Dallas. The zombies just flew in from Catacomb 4 and boy, folks, are they dead tired. Ugh. So, basically, it just gives you a bunch of weapons. Actually, I think the biggest danger here are the explosive barrels. Because so many of the weapons that you're using can destroy them. And that's actually where most of the the damage you take is going to come from. I like to try and focus predominantly on one weapon through this entire thing, because I find that if you switch between them, it gets a little too confusing. And usually by this point, I'll have just gotten the Scorpion Flail. It depends on whether or not I bought it before I bought the Arbiter. Sometimes I don't always buy the Arbiter at the beginning of Char. Sometimes I buy the Scorpion Flail first. But it's level 3 now, and it's got 2 more levels to catch up. I think we even have some 6s at this point, so I'm mostly just going to use this through the whole thing, and then maybe I'll use it for End Zone 2. Well, we're running out of ammo, so I should probably use the Arbiter a little bit too. Did again. I just got 2 skill points in a row. 47 seconds, so far so good. We really don't have very much life. Only 39 total hit points? Now that was a big explosion. 30 seconds. I'm trying to think of funny stuff to say, but it's hard because I gotta concentrate on what I'm doing. Oh, I don't have very much life left. Oh, this might be the end of me. This might be the end. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! Ah! 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 Lots of enemies. Very little life. Not a good situation to be in. I think I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yeah. Oh no! I did it! Whoa! I almost died there. Ooh, we were robbed. Almost had the full 100 kills. Wow, that was a close one. I forgot that there was a timer. Okay, next up, heavy metal. Now, this one is basically... yeah, let's do End Zone first. I really want to do End Zone.
It's time to play Swarmer Soccer. To win, Ratchet must prevent swarms of charging enemies from reaching the goal zone any way he can.
So basically, all you need is the shock mod. I prefer using the Scorpion Flail for this, but that's really all you need, is just the shock mod. Because the majority of the enemies are just going to be the swarmers. And you'll get the occasional DZ strikers, but for the most part, you should be able to handle them with the main impact of your flail. So basically, it's like defend your base, or it's like a tower defense game. So basically, if they cross that red line, your health is going to go down, and if it hits 0, you lose. And you have to survive for like 2 minutes. That's pretty much it. And as you can see, because I said most of the enemies are ankle biters, really just one hit from the Scorpion Flail. It doesn't matter where you hit it. It's because the shock mod is going to spread that damage to all the enemies in a row. So it's going to get rid of everything. And you can literally just do this entire challenge with just one weapon. I have also done this with the Hunter Mines, I've also done this with the Magma Cannon, I've also done this with the Dual Vipers, and I've even done it with just the Hollow Shield. You can also do it with the Mini Turret, but we don't have the Mini Turret yet. You can literally do this with any weapon in the game, as long as you put just the shock mod on it. That's all you need. And, yeah. Very, very simple, very easy, very fun, very addictive. The kills are gonna skyrocket. And nearing the end of this, you're just gonna get so much bolts. This is especially, this is in particular, a terrific place to get bolts in challenge mode, because every time you hit something, it increases the multiplier, and it stays at that value until you take damage, and then it resets to 0. So if you don't take any damage during this challenge, you can literally just rake in bolts, and it's just incredible the amount you'll get. I think it maxes out at 20 times 20 multiplier, or it might be at 10. I'm not sure, but it gets pretty high. So yeah, this is look at all that money. This is basically just farming. That's what we're doing. And we still get 22 seconds left of this. I don't think I've taken any damage this whole time, but you see how you really just have to slam it one time and they'll just go flying. That's all there is to it. So when I want to level up something, this is one of the places I come. And especially in the very end waves, all you get is swarmers. Okay, so let's see my kill count there. 782 kills in less than 3 minutes. Yeah. I've done better. I've had over 1,000. Which leaves us with just heavy metal to do. Now this one, this is the other one that I do all the time. There's lots of enemies in this one, and it gets intense fast. This is the other one I go to a lot when I'm nearing the end game to level things up. I mentioned this at when we were doing the Kronos campaign. This is that one level I go to over and over again. And if you know what you're doing, you can level up any weapon here. This is especially useful once you've got the Omega weapon versions of things, because in this game, after you upgrade things to the Omega version, they will actually max out at 99, or they'll max out at 100, and then that's it. Or it's either 99 or 100, and then once they're the Omega version, then it takes very little to actually level them up. So you can just do this like 2 or 3 times, and you'll be amazed at the results. There is nothing that they won't throw at you in this mission, and I love it. It's just so much fun. B6. It's easily my favorite one in the whole game is the Crusader Tournament. The actual tournament itself, not so great, but the Dread Zone challenges are terrific. Okay. Round 4 out of 6. We're doing good so far. Get the fusion rifle in here. Lots of laserbacks. And I was actually almost dead there, and I didn't even notice it. Now, these things around the edge, you can have your bots use an EMP on them. I don't really bother, because when they do it, it only deactivates like one of them. So just ignore it. It doesn't really do anything. As long as you don't get too close to them, it's not a big deal. And they can also sometimes hurt the enemies, so they're actually kind of useful. This is another one where you get lots of frame drops, but we destroyed everything before that happened. It can get pretty chaotic on higher difficulties, but that's a really good one too. And that is the that's the Crusader Tournament for you. So next up, we have probably one of my favorite planet campaigns in the entire game. Let's see here. Okay, so I guess that's all the time I have for this episode of Game On. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you right back here in the very near future, where we will continue to play Ratchet Deadlocked. But until next time, peace out, and as always, Game On. I got the mini turret. We'll try that out on the next episode at some point. Okay, bye-bye. See ya.
Hello, hero.
Ooh, what's our rating? Ah, we've surpassed Reactor. Yeah. Okay, bye.